Welcome to r/AskMen by Reddit replay. So it's Mother's Day. Did you have a loving/supportive mother-son relationship growing up? If yes, what's one valuable thing you learned from her? My mom has a master's in psychology, so she's been a huge help with me understanding and moving on from getting my heart broken. My mother was supportive and tried to provide the best childhood for me, but she was not very loving. I never was very attached to her, and I never understood what people meant by the metaphor of as good as a mother's hug. I remember as a kid I would go on school trips and people would get homesick and miss their parents. I always wanted to stay as long as possible and didn't know why they would get homesick. My childhood was still pretty good though, but I think I still had anxiety and self-esteem issues by not feeling loved from my parents. No, we didn't have a good relationship, but I can only take away the opposite experiences of what I went through. I learned that working all the time and money is not more valuable than actually being there for your family. My love for cooking, and that taking care of a family is more than cooking, cleaning, paying bills, and anything material. How to laugh, even when it's a bad situation. That fighting can mean I love you, and that sometimes you have to let people make decisions in life even if you disagree, or don't want them to leave. But most of all to keep ducking going. No matter how hard, no matter how many times you get smacked down and beaten, keep going. My adoptive mother was loving. She did treat me different from her biological daughter, but that could also just be because you can't particularly raise a boy and a girl the same way. She taught me to swim, and she would tell me, sometimes you just got to swim in ocean, it's a long way, and it's scary, you don't know what's lurking underneath, but as long as you keep swimming, you'll get there. I promise. Keep swimming. I've held on to that, and I've got a beautiful life now. Wealthy, beautiful wife, beautiful children, and I'm genuinely happy. I lost my mom at 11. During those 11 years she was my best friend, didn't have anyone else, and she let me do whatever I wanted. Wasn't a good thing per se, and I always thought my dad was so mean and evil, but I didn't realize, until she was gone, that he had to pick up all her slack with her letting me get away with everything. I learned 2 important things from spending time with her: be kind, and Twizzlers are the worst candy. She loved them, I hated them. Yes. And I learned humility and kindness from my mother. She's very kind and sweet to all, and understands the value of this behavior. I did. I learned the value of saving money and showing up to work on time every day. I also learned that being lazy makes you poor. The only problem with my relationship with her is that it has made dating a nightmare, as my mother was never SAHM, and to this day works 60 hours a week running 3 businesses and managing 80 employees. Yeah, most girls paint their nails and wanna lay around all day, kinda like most of my guy friends. It's only a mistake if you don't learn from and forgive yourself for it. When I was in boarding school, my mother used to write me letters. Very well written, urging me to work hard, eyes on the prize, and telling me how she misses me and how out home suddenly feels like a house. I owe that woman all my virtues. As a kid, I didn't really understand what my mom was going through during when times got tough, the things she and my dad had to sacrifice just to give us siblings a better chance for the future and give us a blind eye to how the world really sucked while still trying to give us a happy childhood. Only now that I'm in my 20s and finally learning about responsibility and adulthood, that I understand what we went through in our earlier years. My dad almost dying from a heart attack, being broke, stacking medical bills, moving out of the city to the provinces, being separated from friends. In essence, my mom And that taught me how to be resilient. Even when things are going to the crapter, it's much better to smile and face it head on, and knowing in the end it's all going to work out. Yes, basically everything. She's a fountain of knowledge and wisdom. Everything from purchasing stuff to dealing with people. Basically the best human being on this planet as far as I'm concerned. I learned that I don't want to be like her personality, neither like my dad either for that matter. As long as we, their 3 kids, are successful and we seem as a perfect household, they don't care. No surprise I went to live on my own as soon as I could. PS. Don't drown yourself in alcohol because of crafty persons like them. It will only destroy you, not them. We didn't have a lot of material things growing up, but I was never short on love and support. I was a craphead in my teens, but she never gave up on me, and I finally saw that, and it made me want to do better. I moved a few hours away, but I try to call her almost every day and check on her. Reading some of these comments makes me realize how lucky I got. Yes, I do. My mom has taught me practically everything. But the number one thing that my mom taught me is forgiveness. Aka, how to have a big ass fat juicy heart and love unconditionally. It wasn't as much something she taught me by telling. I watched this woman my whole life and have seen her go through unbelievably hard things. I've seen people wrong her. I've seen her have good reason to hate somebody for something they have done. But she still manages to be the same loving person and treat them not only like a human, but with the same love she regards all humans. Love you, Mom. A man of his word. If she agreed/promised to do something, she really does it in time, no matter what. Yes, we did. She always taught me to listen. Understand that people are different. To not try to be someone else, and to accept who and what I am. Had an amazing childhood. When I got older I noticed some huge flaws, no petty overlookable flaws. We clashed often, she resented me. I couldn't communicate with her on an even level. My mother is a product of the upbringing of my recently deceased grandmother. She also wasn't a nice human being to spend your spare time with. Maybe in the last 2 years I found a balance for myself. Before that there would be periods of no communication. Now she can get into a fit, and it doesn't do a whole lot. It's sad, but I see her as a borderline patient, and if possible a mother who raised me, although rarely. On Mother's Day I gave her flowers, and thanked her for raising me. My mother taught me how to respect girls/women, about periods, about sexual respect, that it's okay if they work, that it's okay if they make more money than me, that women are just as capable of running businesses as men. She taught me that it takes two to make a relationship work, that men are just as responsible for household chores as their partners. And she taught me that life is short and never turn down an opportunity to have fun. Mostly, as long as I towed the line on the religious bullcrap. She really did emphasize treating people as you treat yourself and love to serve others. Sadly, her political and cultural views revealed this is a bunch of hypocrisy as I grew up. It's okay to lock up immigrant children in cages as long the Supreme Court is gonna outlaw abortion again someday, I guess. I really wish her huge, kind heart was not rusted over with this fascist ideology masquerading as Christian values. I don't really go home anymore, it just makes me want to break down and cry in despair or yell with white hot rage. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, subscribe for your daily dose of Reddit. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video and have an awesome day, you wonderful people.